Okay, today on the Cowbridge Kitchen it's breakfast time, and we are going to show you how to make a full English breakfast. Dead simple to do, but I was surprised the amount of people who have trouble with this or get it wrong. It's never as good as the hotel that you've been in the night before, you know, where it's all laid out, help yourself, it's nice and relaxed, got a great breakfast. Well, that's what we're going to try and capture here today. No stress, no mess. So I'm going to show you not so much how to cook it, but how to do it so that it's nice and easy and there's no hassle involved really. Okay, let me show you over here what ingredients we're going to put on our breakfast, and then we'll show you how to cook them, what order to cook them in, and I'll give you a nice little idea to take the stress completely out of it. Okay, so down here we've got our components of our breakfast. Okay, we've got some mushrooms, and we've got a nice piece of black pudding, we've got egg, some sausage, okay, so we'll do 2 sausages, a hash brown, tin of beans, and some bacon. Obviously we've got some bread over here as well for toast, but what we'll do is we'll show you what to do with this lot first. Okay, so on the stove here, I've got a griddle pan, so I'm going to get the main ingredients, which are the sausage, the hash brown, and the black pudding. I'm going to get them into the griddle pan, get them cooked off. So we'll pop them in there, and then we'll move on to the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so into your griddle pan, you just want a small amount of olive oil, not a lot, just a little splash. And we'll just literally pop our sausages in there, our black pudding, and our hash brown. There we go. And we're going to leave them to cook until they're nice and brown all over and cook through. And meanwhile, while they're cooking off, we're going to get ourselves about 25 grams of butter, throw that into a pan, pop our heat on. Okay, and I'm not going to bother peeling these mushrooms. You can if you want to, you can cut them in half as well, they look quite nice. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick about 12 of these mushrooms straight into that pan, bung a lid on it, and just let them steam in the butter. Here we are, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Whack a lid on them, nice low heat, simmer, and just let them cook in there until they're cooked through. If you look at how the quantity of mushrooms that are actually in there, when they're cooked, they will be half of the size. So you're not going to get anywhere near that many mushrooms. Okay, so the secret to getting this breakfast stress-free, what we're doing now, we're going to get our main ingredients cooked. Like I said, we've got our sausages, black pudding, hash brown cooking there. We've got our mushrooms in the pan. I've got an oven here, which I'm just going to use as a holding oven. And to be honest with you, this just saves your life. Once these are cooked, so we don't have to worry about anything now, I've got myself a couple of trays, okay? We've got ourselves a baking, like a flat baking tray, and a little ceramic dish as well. And these can go in the oven. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these just to keep these ingredients hot while we throw the rest of it together. It's dead simple, and this stuff, once it's in the oven, 75 degrees to 100 degrees, it'll be able to stay in the oven until we're ready to serve it up nice and easily, just as if it was a buffet in a hotel. Okay, so back to our griddle pan with our sausages, our sausages, black pudding, hash brown, they're cooking away. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to find that some of these items are going to cook quicker than others. So once they're cooked, for instance, my black pudding's cooked now, I'm going to pop that into the tray and we're going to start holding it in the oven, and it can stay in there forever. Okay, so our black pudding is pretty much cooked. I'm going to pop this into our holding tray, start whacking this stuff in the oven. Yeah, so he can go in the tray. We'll let the rest of this cook a little bit longer. And if we take a little look at our mushrooms now, we'll also see that these bad boys are pretty well cooked, and they've reduced by half. Look. So what we're going to do with these, we're going to put these into our ceramic holding tray. So take a slotted spoon just so you don't get all the butter in there as well. And we can literally just pop them into there. Yeah, and then this stuff can start going in the oven. Okay, so that's that. What we're going to do now, once our sausages and everything are cooked, we'll put them in the oven as well, just to hold them. Meanwhile, what we'll do now is we're going to get our beans warm and get our bacon cooked. Okay, so with your beans, please don't be tempted to do these in the microwave, okay? It's just not worth it. They'll be hot, but they'll be hard. Get them in a saucepan, put a lid on them, and let them cook for about 20 minutes, okay, while the rest of your stuff's going. So pop your beans in a saucepan there, get a lid on it, and leave that on a low heat, stirring them every 5 minutes or so, and they'll be lovely and soft. Okay, so with our beans simmering away now in this pan, they're nice and soft, full of liquid, okay, because we've got a lid on them. Our sausages are now ready to go into the holding tray. What we're going to do now is just going to throw a couple of rashers of bacon onto this griddle pan, because this is the last thing you need to cook. There we are. Cook this off either side for about 4 minutes either side until it's just started to cook. That can go into the holding tray as well. All that's left then, eggs, toast, a cup of tea. Okay, so pretty much all that remains to do now is to get those beans off the heat, leave the lid on them, set them aside. They'll stay warm for 20-30 minutes in that pan with the lid on, okay? We've got a pan up here now, ready to sort our eggs out. And in our oven, we have all of our sausages, black pudding, hash browns, and mushrooms holding in there. You can leave them in there, don't even worry about them. Sort out the egg, bit of toast, full English breakfast. Hotel style. Get our beans off the heat. Sort our egg out. Okay, with the egg, I mean, it's dead simple to cook an egg, but the secret to cooking a good egg is to cook it slowly. Don't rush it. Pop it into the oil. We're going to do a fried egg for this. Pop it, crack it into the pan, and just let it cook slowly. When you crack it in, it shouldn't even start cooking. There we are. Nice and slowly, that egg is going to start to whiten. And there we are. So once your toast is toasted, egg will be done. All that's left to do, serve it up.